covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
Sherry Papini was back in court today as she fights being kicked out of her home owned by her ex-boyfriend.
Plus, congratulations to the class of 2025. We'll take you live to Pleasant Valley High School in Chico, where students are getting ready to walk the stage and collect their diplomas.
Plus,
I am worried about their health, getting a heat stroke.
temperatures are rising as we get closer to summer, making it more challenging for workers at Hamilton City's temporary post office. But first, new details on a child abduction out of Chico where 2 boys were missing for days before being located by police.
Now, Butte County DA Mike Ramsey says the boys' mother, Erin Ray, and her friend, Jeanette Turner, are facing felony charges. He says the abduction stems from a bitter divorce and custody dispute. That's a dispute in which Ray was arrested in Oregon last month for failing to comply with court orders allowing visitation with the boy's father. Ramsey says Turner picked the boys up after they ran away because Ray had convinced them their father would kill them. The boys are now in foster care. Both women face around 4 years in prison if convicted.
New at 6, new developments for the man charged with killing a 71-year-old man in Reading. We told you last October when Robert Milton was deemed incompetent to stand trial. The Shasta County District Attorney's Office now says Milton was found competent after receiving treatment. Reading police say Milton shot and killed his neighbor, William Dressler, last August when the victim was walking near Wilshire Drive and Brentwood Road. Milton will now return to court July 10th for a preliminary hearing to determine whether he'll be tried for murder. And now we're tracking very warm temperatures out there across our area. Beautiful look out in Shasta County today. Look at that. Lots of snow still on Mount Shasta as well in Siskiyou County, not too far away from the lake. Gorgeous.
Yeah, all right. Well,
It's pretty stubborn snow. It won't melt in temperatures like this.
Yeah.
Well, it'll get there soon enough, I suppose.
No, eventually, for sure. But we are seeing some showers still in the higher elevations. Nothing really impacting us here down in the valley or really in our area for the most part. If there are storms in our area, they're on the lighter side. The stronger thunderstorms are down off towards the southeast. So really, yeah, we are on that dry side. Now we're also on the hot side. Temperatures in the mid to upper 90s in the valley. Alturas at 83 now. That's not too bad. Okay, here's what we have for our winds. Not too bad, 10 to 15 mile per hour winds. That's decently strong though when you do have fires going out there, but for the most part, winds on that lighter side. Here's a look at our humidity levels. They've come up. Remember, 15 or lower, very dangerous. They've come up some. We've had some added moisture from the Delta breeze. And again, graduation, here's a look at those temperatures. So prepare water, sunblock. It is going to be on the hot side out there, Haley and Al, especially you, Haley, because you're headed out there.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Howie.
I'm bracing myself already. That's okay. My tears will cool me down. As the weather heats up, some Hamilton City community members are concerned about the working conditions for employees at the temporary post office. Action News Now reporter Margot Rowe shows us where things stand.
This accommodation is unacceptable for our postal workers, our elderly people.
It has been about 6 months since a fire broke out at the Hamilton City Post Office here on Main Street. And since then, postal workers have had to operate out of a metal shipping container just about 100 feet away from the original location. And now community members are concerned for these workers working in these conditions as the temperatures start to rise.
I see them firsthand when I'm setting up for my cleaning company. They have to pull out heavy equipment, generators, air conditioning, all kinds of equipment to get the post office up and running for our community.
Carlene Gonzalez's company, Wizard Cleaning, is next door to the post office. They have been neighbors for years. She says she's been offering her space to the postal workers since the temporary location lacks amenities.
We have provided our office for them to come and have air conditioning, take their breaks, their lunch, a refrigerator for cold drinks, bathroom.
And as temps rise, she and several other community members are hoping the accommodations will change. One woman I spoke with says there are a couple of buildings in Hamilton City that would be a better alternative to the container.
the community hall building here in town, right in the center of town. And then there is another building up here on Highway 32 next to Dollar General that is a huge warehouse that could be used as well.
I reached out to the Postal Service and a representative sent me this, saying that the Postal Service is sourcing a new short-term alternative location while the original office is repaired. But they didn't have a timeline on repairs or moving the temporary location yet.
It's been 6 months, about 6 months since the fire. They need to move quickly, and our community needs to come together to provide better conditions.
As of now, to beat the heat, the Hamilton City Post Office hours have changed, where it will be open Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 1 p.m., and on Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Reporting in Hamilton City, I'm Margot Rowe for Action News Now.
We reached out to the Hamilton City Volunteer Fire Department to see if the cause of the fire had been determined. The chief told us the landlord actually hired a private fire investigator to figure out how that fire started, and the fire department still hasn't figured it out either.
Sherry Papini was in Shasta County Court today, her second court appearance this week. Well, this time she's fighting an eviction notice from her ex-boyfriend, Sean Hibden. Hibden wants to evict Papini from his home in Shingletown, where she has been living since January of 2023. Papini says Hibden refused to formalize an agreement that she could purchase the house from him before their breakup. Papini chose to represent herself today, but asked for an extension in order to find an attorney.
I am actually wondering if I could get a little bit more time to be represented.
Well, the prejudgment right of possession was served to a specific person. I'm not sure if they're an actual occupant, but it was served to a specific person, and I would like that person to use.
In a statement, Hibden's attorney told Action News Now she's hopeful a settlement can be reached before the case goes to trial. Papini told us earlier this week that this process has been truly heartbreaking, and she's looking forward to coming to a resolution soon. The next case management hearing in this eviction case is set for August 1st. Well, happening now, students across our area are graduating, and so are students at Chico High in Pleasant Valley.
Action News Now reporter Sade Pullen is live there at PV. So, Sade, I know that my husband's already headed over to Chico High to just get a seat 2 hours early. Are people showing up at PV yet?
Yes, Haley, people are starting to show up. The parking lot is starting to get crowded, and there's going to be 480 seniors graduating here at the football stadium here at 8 p.m. For Pleasant Valley High School, the principal, Damian Whittaker, will be doing the opening remarks. The national anthem will be sung by the Pleasant Valley Choir, and there will be student senior reflections done. The principal, Damian Whittaker, will also be presenting the class of 2025. I spoke to one woman that was waiting at the graduation.
My daughter is graduating high school.
Okay.
I'm really excited for her. Yes, and I babysat her since she was a couple weeks old, and then she graduated, and it seems like it just went by so fast.
Graduates will be sitting in the chairs on the field facing the scoreboard, and spectators will be sitting on the bleachers. So the gates just opened at 6 p.m., so if you want to make sure to get down here and get a good spot, make sure to start heading over right now. Reporting live in Chico, I'm Sade Pullen, Action News Now.
All right, thanks, Sade. Hopefully someone will save me a seat. Family, you hear that, please? Well, Hamilton City High seniors are also graduating tonight. Congrats to all of our local grads. And we're going to bring you the highlights from both Chico and PV's graduations coming up tonight at 11. We have new details about Sycamore Pool and the fact that it's a little mucky out there this weekend.
Well, we told you yesterday that the city delayed the initial cleaning planned at 1 Mile recreation area at Bidwell Park, and today we went to check it out ourselves. The city says conditions are good right now for the protected spring run Chinook salmon, which was the reason for the delay, but our reporter didn't see any exactly jumping up the ladder there this morning. We did see people enjoying the water, though, regardless of a little extra sediment.
You know, weather's gorgeous. It's absolutely peak out here. The water is perfect temp. The floor is pretty gross. Muck, sediment, etc.
The city of Chico is working with CDFW to monitor the salmon migration. They say regular cleaning will resume as soon as possible. The creek remains open for swimming or wading, but you're advised to be cautious of changes in water depth. Lifeguards will be on duty beginning June 7th, that's tomorrow, through mid-August, every day except Thursdays, 1 p.m. to 7 p.m.
But for the first time ever, one of the biggest events and opportunities for kids to be scouted by a heavyweight Broadway director, Michael Alden.
The search is on for a Broadway star from our area. We show you the locals hoping to make it big.